Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You are here with Austin from Ohio, and today is Monday, January 24th, 2022. As of 2 days ago, I have been doing this for a year. My first video was January 22nd, 2021. Hard to believe that all of this is still going on this long later. I've talked to many people. I talked to a lot of people in my life. I just like to talk to people. That's who I am. Seems like people are starting to catch on a little bit. The problem is, it's not nearly enough. And a lot of those people, though they are coming to the side of, being awake and what have you, they are blind by either the left side or the right side, or they already took something that they weren't supposed to take. And those types of people, they're honestly, I firmly believe, based on the evidence that we have, they're already gone. It's very sad that this type of propaganda comes out, like what I'm about to read you here. It's very sad that people believe this. You should see the comments on this news article here that I found on social media. It almost inspired me to do a Sheeple Comments Part 3, because I've done 2 of those so far. It is terrible. These people just take this blindly, and they're like, this is science, the study says, experts say, whatever. Also, I'm going to be doing videos in multiple parts now, because usually I have like an hour or so long videos, and there's a lot in them. And I'm going to need to, be better about that so people can actually grasp and digest what I'm presenting. So, I'm sure you've already read the headline here, and it made me laugh the first time I seen it. Many C19 vaccine side effects caused by placebo effect. Let me read that again. Many C19 vaccine side effects caused by placebo effect. Side effects are less common than people think, experts say. Okay? So they're saying that the side effects, or in reality, the real effects, aren't from the shot at all. It's from placebo. How stupid can you be to believe something like this? Many continue to worry about experiencing side effects from vaccines, especially C19 vaccines. But new data from a comprehensive meta-analysis suggests there is little to fear. A study from Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center found that a large number of side effects reported by patients after receiving their shot can be attributed to the placebo effect. My first question, where's the study? Where's the study? Okay, everything seems to be in good working order, but I'll ask again, where's the study? Where's the link to it? Can I not go and read it? Can I not show people so they can examine it? Researchers examined 12 vaccine safety trials involving thousands of people and compared rates of side effects reported between those who received a placebo shot and those who received a real shot. They found that after the first shot, 2/3 of people experienced side effects like headache and fatigue, which the researchers said were attributable to the placebo effect. How does that make sense? You develop something from nothing? Come on. Come on. This is literally calling you stupid to your face. There's no 2 ways about it. No 2 ways about it. Shockingly, near a quarter of the people, some who received a placebo shot, experienced side effects like a sore arm, also attributable to the placebo effect. And we all know what a placebo effect is. So we'll go down through here and just check this out. After the injection, people are more aware now that they think they might have gotten a vaccine. They're more likely to tell their doctor about things, Schaffner said. Never underestimate the power of the human mind. That's telling. That's telling. They know how the mind can be fooled. They don't even have to present you any evidence. Notice that there's no link to a study in this at all. We can't see it. We can't read it. We're not allowed because we're not the experts, right? And if you ask these questions like, hey, where's the study? You will get attacked. You will get more than attacked. You will get drugged. Mob mentality will come down on you hard. Experts say placebo effect is a powerful example of the connection between our minds, bodies, and circumstances. Okay. In the study, which we still have no link to it, so we can't see it, the amount of side effects attributable to the placebo effect decreased to about half after the people studied received a second shot. Frequency of side effects was lower among placebo recipients after the second shot, while the opposite was true for vaccine recipients. This helps reinforce the placebo effect phenomenon, experts said. Researchers noted that one caveat is the studies examined included different phases of clinical trials, and the results were not standardized throughout. Oh, and of course, what propaganda article would be without one of these? Experts address vaccine hesitancy. Come on, guys, there's nothing wrong with the shot. That's all placebo. Come on, just go get it. It's the convenient, easy thing to do so you can have your life back. Does nobody see a problem with that, except for those of us in this community? With the Omicron surge still straining hospitals across America, addressing vaccine hesitancy remains a crucial discussion. Yeah, because Bill Gates said all 7 billion people must take this shot. Why? Answer: Georgia Guidestones, Agenda 21, Agenda 2030, Project for a New American Century, and many, many, many more. Experts interviewed by ABC News said that if more people knew that experiencing side effects from the C-19 vaccines is not as common as they think, more people may be encouraged to get vaccinated. When people are armed with information, they are better suited to identify and manage their symptoms. Dr. Simone Wilds, infectious disease physician at South Shore Health, said. This might also help those who are reluctant to get vaccinated. Do you see what's happening here? Do you see the effect of this propaganda? An article like this would have been laughed at, ridiculed, and discarded in the minds of the population 20 years ago. But now, in this new world, you could say anything. They can come out tomorrow and say, experts said that drinking coffee causes C-19, and you will see all the coffee stocks just go way down. And people will boycott coffee and all this crap. This is where we are, people. This type of propaganda is where we are. Now notice, no link to a study. I'll go down through this article again. Every time they mention the study, there's nothing. No link. Nothing. Did this study even happen? I'm going to go ahead and guess no. Because if it did, and this is the truth as they present it, they would be putting this stuff in your face. Here's the study. Here's the double-blind study. Here's the 12 people that we had. Here's the evidence that the placebo caused this, and these people, through their mind. Here's the other side that took the real thing, that don't have any symptoms, but no. We don't see any of that. All we get is study show. Experts said. There has to come a point in time where people start to understand that we're being lied to. But on some things, people are like, yeah, we're being lied to. But on other things, they're like, nah, I don't think so. I don't think we're being lied to. Weapons of mass destruction? Yeah, that's a lie. C-19, vaccine, side effects, nanotechnology backed up by paperwork? Nah, don't believe it. People are still wearing masks when they take a shower, when they drive their car, when they're with family, when they are just hanging out by themselves. This is absolutely outrageous. Moving on. Okay, here we are over at endtimeheadlines.org. Great Reset. Federal Reserve may soon issue a digital currency. Exactly as we said, right? This is the type of thing that people denied for years, decades at this point. Bill Cooper was talking about this back in the 80s and 90s. People thought of him as a quack. We were talking about this the whole time after that, and even more recently. We're still thought of as quacks. But when the Federal Reserve comes out with their announcement of digital currency, it's a good thing, right? Bitcoin just crashed recently, exactly as we've been saying it would, and you can go back on my videos on record where I said Bitcoin's going to crash. They will use that to morph into the new world digital currency tied to the blockchain. The patent WO 2020-060606 proves that. So already on our side, we have patents that we can refer to. We have paperwork. I have so much paperwork downloaded onto my phone that I can prove anything that I ever said or that anybody's ever said on this side of the battle, you could say. The Federal Reserve released a long-awaited review of the potential for creating a central bank digital currency Thursday after months of delays. Ahead of making a decision, the Fed has asked the public to submit answers to 22 questions posed in the report according to protocol. Quote, the introduction of CBDC would represent a highly significant innovation in American money, the authors said in the report. This paper is the first step in a public discussion between the Federal Reserve and stakeholders about CBDC. Stakeholders, right? Stakeholder capitalism, as in fascism. I've done plenty of videos on that. You can go back and you can watch this whole year on this channel and my backup channel, even though I haven't posted on my backup channel in a while because I've been somehow avoiding the algorithm and avoiding strikes, which I still don't understand. I mean, they took down a couple of my community posts, but that's different than videos. Many in the industry have called for the creation of a US CBDC, saying it could take place of dollar-linked stablecoins and help connect fiat and crypto transactions. See that? See that? There it is. One world currency. China's created its own CBDC, the digital yuan, or ECNY, and some observers suggest the US needs its own to stay competitive and maintain the dollar's dominant role in the world financial system. That last sentence strikes me because there's a chapter in the book, COVID-19, The Great Reset, written by Klaus Schwab and his co-author. The chapter is called The Fate of the US Dollar. In my very first live stream, we went over this. We read the chapter. We read where they said they were going to crash it. But what do we know, right? Nevertheless, it sets the stage for central bank to collect public feedback on the potential costs and benefits of a CBDC, which could ultimately advance legislation long term. While a CBDC could provide a safe, digital payment option for households and businesses as the payment system continues to evolve, and may result in faster payment options between countries, there may also be downsides. Challenges include maintaining financial stability, making sure the digital dollar would complement existing means of payment. The Fed said. The central bank also needs to tackle major policy questions such as ensuring a CBDC does not violate Americans' privacy, that the government maintains its ability to combat illicit finance. In the patent WO 2020-060606, it says that you, which you are the user, through your user device, with a device also that's inside of you, a sensor, will be communicatively coupled to the cryptocurrency system. And you will be awarded or penalized cryptocurrency based on your body activity data. Example, if they said that curfew is 8 o'clock at night, you go outside at 8:02, smoke a cigarette or something, guess what? Boom, automatically registers to the cryptocurrency system. Boom. Now you got money taken off you. Complete enslavement. And this is no different. This is no different. Sorry if you had to hear that. This is just everything that we've been confirming over the years. Trying to get people to understand. Trying to get people to see through, but for some reason, they can't. Moving on. This one just terrified me to the core. Ohio's Satan clubs in schools causing controversy. And of course, this is my local news channel. Come on, stupid thing. School officials and parents are trying to figure out how to deal with what is being called Satan clubs, cropping up in schools, specifically in Ohio and Illinois. Recently, a grade school in Lebanon had historically made space available in school for an after-school Christian program called Good News, has recently provided space to a club calling itself the Satanic Temple After School Satan Club. According to the January 20th message on the Lebanon City Schools website, Superintendent Isaac Sievers said an outside group is advertised for an after-school facility rental at the school. The Satanic Temple After School Satan Club is not a district or school-sponsored event. I mean, basically it is if they got permission from the school, right? They got permission from the school to do this, and got permission from the school to have their students and their parents obviously consented too, right? Lebanon City Schools do not endorse the activities or intent of this group or any other religiously affiliated groups offering after-school activities in our campuses. That's a lie. Lebanon City School District focus remains on student safety and student achievement. The district has no other involvement in this program except for the approval of the rental of the space. Then you're involved. You gave your consent. You gave permission, and you lent credence to this because you, Lebanon City Schools, Superintendent Isaac Sievers, you approved, and your school board approved this space. The school was complicit. Right? Am I crazy? Sievers said a local resident contacted the Satanic Temple and requested they start a chapter in Lebanon to start the after-school club. They completed the required application, the facility use agreement, and provided the necessary documentation and were approved, Sievers wrote. The district does not and is not legally allowed to discriminate against any groups who wish to rent our facilities, including religiously affiliated groups. Yeah, but guess what? You have the option to say no, and they do that any other time because you just don't want to rent out your spaces. That's what you say. Flyers for the Satan Club included activities such as puzzles, games, art, nature activities, and crafts. Crafts, like, Aleister Crowley. That's what I think of. So, what is going on? Is this America? How would something like this fare in the past? Apparently, according to the Satanic Temple website, the mission of the group is to encourage benevolence, reject tyrannical authority, advocate practical common sense, oppose injustice, and undertake noble pursuits. Satanism always comes in the name of something else, right? We have publicly confronted hate groups, fought for the abolition of corporal punishment in public schools, applied for equal representation when religious installations are placed on public property, provided religious exemption and legal protection against laws that unscientifically restrict women's reproductive autonomy, exposed harmful pseudoscientific practitioners, mental health care organized clubs alongside other religious after-school clubs in schools, besieged by proselytizing organizations, and engaged other advocacy in accordance with our tenets. And of course, after-school programs cropped up in Illinois too. The parents are also upset about the group. Milan-Cole Valley School District spokeswoman Candace Soundtress said, "There is concern and confusion over this upcoming after-school club at Jane Addams Elementary." And blah, 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 blah. Satanic Temple is based in the United States with chapters across the U.S., including Ohio. So, Do you know what your kids are getting involved in? Because this kind of thing, although I believe in religious freedom, if you want to be a Satanist, be a Satanist, of course. If you want to be Luciferian on your own time, individually, go be that. If you want to be an atheist, that's cool. I personally don't care. We have something in this country that's supposed to be a First Amendment with religious freedom. However, public school systems should not be accepting applications and approving rental spaces for any religious club at all, because whatever happened to, you know, separation of church and state, although that goes both ways, it's just, we're at a time right now where it is acceptable to be, well, to identify as a Satanist or identify as whatever. And this is just a result and a symptom of the main problem. This is exactly what was intended when the psychological warfare started and the cognitive warfare started all those years ago. I'm going to make another video with a couple more articles here after a little bit, but I just wanted to get this one up so you guys can take a look at that, read this stuff, and digest it. I think I'm going to do them like this from now on, so even if I have to make like 3 or 4 videos back to back. So we got to watch this stuff. And the central bank digital currency, everything that's going on with all of these Walmarts that are just emptying out. My local Walmart, I was sent pictures. It is cleaned out. No freezer stuff. Nothing. At all whatsoever. No food. It seems like they're just taking everything out. What's the reason for that? Who knows? Who knows? But I also live not far from a distribution center, a Walmart distribution center. And if I remember correctly, Janet Napolitano, who was the Homeland Security Director under President Obama, said that any Walmart or distribution center can be converted into a, how'd she put it? It can be converted into a shelter in less than 24 hours. And with that, God bless you all. I will make another video shortly. We're just going to have to keep an eye on this stuff. God bless.